Gather around, everybody. I have a tale with you I'd like to share today. You ever have a story that just kind of stays in your head and you just kind of think back to it? You're not sure why it's coming up. Well, that's what's happened with me lately with the Psyche myth. And some would say it's the Cupid and Psyche myth, but I want to focus on Psyche today. I wanted to write about this, but I thought it might be fun just to share the story and get everyone up to speed on what happened here and how did this story come about. Essentially, Psyche was a very lovely mortal, so lovely that people started to worship her as a god. Well, as you can imagine, Aphrodite, who was the goddess of beauty, did not like that at all and was like, I want to take this girl out of the game. How funny would it be if I had my son take an arrow, because it was Cupid, son was Cupid, take an arrow and like make her fall in love with a weird monster. And he agreed, although he basically just did exactly what his mom asked him to do and didn't set any boundaries. So that's a whole other thing. Like, he did not have to do what his mom asked him to do, but everybody was kind of afraid of mom, right? So he ended up accidentally pricking himself with an arrow and falling in love with Psyche himself. Well, he thought, I think I can make this work so long as Psyche doesn't know that I'm a god. I will just keep my face covered, but I will give her a great life and provide for her, and I think she'll be happy. And she was. Naive, but happy. And until her sisters one day said, is this really a good arrangement? I mean, he's not showing you his face. Doesn't that seem weird to you? Well, really, they were envious of her and trying to make her have doubt. So she said, okay, you guys are right. Let me see if I can see his face. So she took an oil lamp one day and held it over his head while he was sleeping. And she went, oh my gosh, he's actually a god. But a drop of oil landed on his face and woke him up, and he thought, what have you done? Now, my mom is going to find out, and now and I can't hold this secret. And she was kind of banished. Her house disappeared, and she was just all alone. And indeed, Cupid's mom said, okay, sure, I can reunite you guys, but first, you're going to have to complete 4 impossible tasks. Now, we've all been there when it's felt like this is an impossible task. How am I going to do this? I got very curious about that question and wanted to take a little deeper dive on what Psyche did here that optimized her chances of success and actually created success. And in some retellings of the story, Psyche ends up with these beautiful butterfly wings because some look at it as a time of transformation. So let's talk some more. Please read on. I would love to hear your take and if this myth resonates with you.